impressed with him. I guess the only other thing I would describe about he's a hobbit, dressed in traveler's clothes, and the only other thing you probably would have noticed about him, without any kinds of checks or whatever, would be he does have a holy symbol.
No, I'm forgetting. Aren't hobbits and halflings the same thing?
They are. Just
did they revert back to?
No, I think they did call them hobbits at a certain point, but they had to stop.
Yeah, the word hobbit was like contested by Tolkien's family. So
fair. Because I'm pretty sure he made it up. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it's some old English bullshit. I call it bullshit. They don't deserve that. Old English fairy tales. All right.
Can you kind of refresh our memory? What's the skull and crossbones on the Druid there?
I think that's. Oh, what is that? Fuck. Maybe he's not here, so I guess if we don't figure it out, it's not too much of a problem. Let me see if he put any note on his sheet about it. No. It's either nin.
Did he get? He had a death save or whatever that was.
Yeah, it's either an injury or a level of exhaustion.
Oh, an injury.
Well, I've got a level of exhaustion for my token. I would have imagined you'd use the same thing on him.
Yeah.
I thought he got over it. He had 1 level. I had 2.
It must be a.
I thought there was an injury.
Yeah, I think it's an injury. I don't remember what it is though. Was there an ear? Something happened with an ear?
Oh yeah, something did happen.
I think that if nobody else has a lingering injury, it might be that. It might be that a goblin jumped on him and bit his ear off.
Bit his ear. That's what it was. Yeah, bit his ear.
All right. Let me check what that was. Who's in an airplane right now?
It's my microwave. It has a convect cook.
Oh, if it's just the microwave, that's okay. It'll go off eventually. If it's temporary, it's fine. I was just worried it was somebody's air conditioner.
Cook thing. Really loud.
Again, if it's temporary.
Yeah, I was just preheating it.
Preheating the microwave? Oh,
it has a convect cook.
Yeah.
Cool. It operates as an oven as well.
Crazy.
Oven.
Lose an ear. Disadvantage on persuasion checks and perception checks that rely on hearing. Advantage on
checks.
I guess, but it gives you advantage.
Persuasive with 1 ear?
It gives you advantage on.
I don't know. This guy only has 1 ear. I don't know if I trust him.
Well, it gives you advantage on intimidation. The idea is that you're scaring. I would question that. Sometimes I feel like some checks you would not have disadvantage on persuasion.
Gives you +3 at painting.
I'm wearing a hat.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, let me finish sitting. How is the ambient stuff been working, by the way? Because it's very passive.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, it's not on.
I can't hear anything right now.
It's not on, right?
I've enjoyed it in the past when you've been playing it.
Yep.
I could see a scenario in which it becomes too much, but that hasn't been the case yet.
I've got the bot cranked up to like 200.
Oh, it's not on right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, turn it down. You're gonna get blasted.
No.
Quick, do an air horn. Do an air horn.
Do the goblins.
This would be like if you're heading towards Goblin.
It works.
Yeah, and remember you can adjust the bot volume.
I didn't have success with that in the past, but
You can like right click on the left on the Roll20 voice. You can see all of us in the bot.
I
You right click.
haven't been able to. It's working now because in the past I remember I wasn't able to set people to different levels and it would just stay the same, but it's working now.
Okay. Good. All right. So yeah, the very last thing that happened was I think Jeb and Urki are still over here. Malthar's here. Yeah, Oolon and Naidaadi were by this door and heard some goblins on the other side of it, and Oolon kicked the door in, and
that knocked
this
the
goblin is
prone.
yeah, this goblin's prone. So Naidaadi, you see Oolon immediately like steps to the side.
Thanks.
And you can see straight through this door. You can see a bunch of goblins in here who are looking down this hallway.
Huh. Do I have... Oh. I emptied out my bottle of Dragonfire.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little reckless, though.
You see all the way down this hallway. They're looking at this door, which just got open. And a tall armored goblinoid creature has just come through the door. And then they look back towards this door when it gets... you see them look back towards you as this door gets opened, and you and the hobgoblin at the end of the hall make eyes for a second, and you see it going for a longbow.
Yep, I do exactly the same thing, and I let one fly.
Alright, so let's look at initiative.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, let's roll initiative, because the initiative board is empty.
Fair enough. Whoops. Oh, gosh.
She's been the hobgoblin, I need the goblins, and I need earthy timbers.
Somebody roll for Alex.
Oh yeah, who wants Jeb?
No, I'm Jeb.
Oh, I mean, who wants Oolon? I mean, it can be collaborative, I guess. Let me.
I can pilot him, but I'll take suggestions from the peanut gallery.
I'll make Oolon temporarily available to all players. So everyone should be able to see and edit.
Yep.
Where's Urki?
Pretty good initiative for -1. Oh, he's hurt. No, well, he doesn't have very many hit points. So hurt.
He can also, I don't know if he has any wild shapes left, but that'll give him some extra HP.
Yeah, I'm clicking through. I'm looking through his.
What level are you guys at? 2?
2.
Yeah.
My initiative is rolled.
2 wild shapes left.
Wow, there's 3 17s.
No.
So wait a minute. I'll put Naidaadi up first, regardless of dexterity, since I think that makes sense.
Why does Alex have such terrible stats? What the fuck? He's got negatives in 3.
I think he rolled really bad. He's the one who rolled bad 3 times in a row.
Oh,
man.
Because I give you 3 chances to redo your set, and he did that. He did that all 3 times.
Yeah, he's got negatives in 3 categories.
Yeah.
Man.
I'll give you 2 chances to redo. So 3. I'm honestly this is the first time that I've tested this, like, that method of doing it, and I'm kind of glad that one of them ended up terrible, because I kind of want that to be possible. I want it to be unlikely, but I do kind of want it to be possible, and I want it to feel like,
yeah, of course.
if you end up getting terrible stats, I want it to feel like there was no other way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it had to be this way. Malthar has good dexterity, right?
Okay.
So it's Naidaadi up first, regardless. So you can you can move to the entrance here. I'm going to give half cover to the hobgoblin, just because you're shooting through 2 doorways.
Okay.
You know, it's a straight shot, but there's goblins and doorways in the way.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
It'll just be a +2 to armor class. You'll get the same.
Longbow.
Ooh! And this
Whoa.
is a very dramatic shot. Bow shot. Yeah, so the arrow goes through both of these doorways, whizzes past all of the goblins, and yeah, so the hobgoblin steps through the doorway, looking like real mean and imposing, and starts to go for a bow. You immediately take a shot and hit him, like, straight in the heart. And the hobgoblin, like, doubles back and grabs the handle, slips onto the ground, and dies over here.
Just seeing a Wild West duel. Quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that one's gotta hurt.
Next up is Malthar.
Okay, Malthar is going to come down this way. Can I get a shot at this goblin right here?
Yes, you can. It's prone.
Okay.
And it's an awkward shot, so I'm giving it an additional +2. But that hits.
Alright. Do I get sneak attack damage?
Do you get sneak attack damage? No, I did. You know what? It is. You do get it. Because I was going to say it's not adjacent to Oolon because of the door. I do think it's adjacent to Night.
Oh. 8 damage.
All right.
And then Malthar will move back. That's it.
2 1-shots right out the gate.
That's good for us.
It's
We're
really
hurt
good.
as fuck. Well, at least me and Alex are. I don't know how you guys are doing.
The goblins. The chain of events here is the The hobgoblin stepped through the door. They all look towards the hobgoblin. Oolon kicked down the door. They all look towards Oolon. Naidaadi one-shots the hobgoblin. So they scream and look over there. And then another one-shot, they look back over here, and then they run.
Oh, good.
They're all going to run down this hallway as far as they can. They can, with a dash action, they can all get through this door here. And you hear you hear a cacophony of goblin screeches through
Like there's
this
more
door
of them?
over here. Yes. But they immediately retreat. They flee. So what would you like to do? I'm not closing the initiative order yet, and because that'll depend on what you do, but what are you doing?
I think that we maybe should, it would be my suggestion that we get while the getting's good and get out of here and maybe go back to town and heal up, because I don't know if there's a lot more of them that we could all survive an encounter.
I mean, we've got them on the run. We don't know how many more goblins there are, that's true. But, yeah, I guess this would be an opportunity to break for a town and get some rest and resupply.
Oolon, I'm going to, for this turn, say Oolon is going to... Well, is there anything you guys want Oolon to do? Because I was just going to have him hold an attack if anything comes through the door.
Yeah, that works.
Erky comes through, and y'all are talking about like what to do, and Malthar says, "We got him on the run," and Erky says, "I'm with you if you're going," and he'll put his hand on your bow and cast True Strike. Malthar. Which
it seems like he wants us to go on now.
True Strike on me?
And he's gonna come over here on your bow. So
okay.
that's my homebrew True Strike, which I'll send you a. I don't think I made a handout. I should make it.
This is really stupid, but I don't think that I realized that Alex's name was a play on Elon Musk until just now.
Well,
I hadn't actually seen it written out.
I'm not sure that it is, because the
Isn't it Oolon Oomusk?
It is. Oh yeah, I guess it is. Oomusk was generated by Roll20.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
So I guess not intentionally, but
I guess he played into it with Oolon. That sounds good. Whatever that is.
oh, me?
Yeah.
That's sorry, I was muting myself to hear it. You're welcome.
Well, I don't. It's very loud.
Yeah. Mute yourself.
Sounds good, but it's loud. So there's True Strike. It'll just be a D4 to the attack or damage roll.
Okay. Well,
But that's the end of his turn. And now it's Jeb, and Naidaadi, and Malthar. So basically, three of you. What would you like to do?
well, now, Daddy, you're kind of the hunter and tracker. Do you think we have a chance of
We've got them all
pursuing these
scared.
goblins, or
We've got them all scared. But that was a lot of them. I heard quite a bit down there. So
Yeah, make a perception check.
okay.
Just him or more than one person?
I would let everyone do it. I asked him because he just brought it up, but perception checks all. Not from Oolon.
Not from Oolon?
He's not here. I mean, he is here, but Malthar, you heard a lot of goblins.
Okay.
With a 22, it was definitely like communication. It wasn't like a rallying war cry, but it was like it was a commotion.
Okay.
But it was a lot of goblins.
Oh.
More than you've seen so far.
Yeah. On second thought, it did sound like there was a crowd of goblins down there. So, yeah, maybe it is best if we go back to town briefly.
What do we need from town? I mean,
Like if there was a place for us to, I'm just worried. If there was a place for us to rest, I would be okay with staying. But it doesn't. It seems like anytime we try to rest, they pop in.
okay.
Yeah, you managed to get a safe long rest in. I think there was like a closed room that you managed to get a safe long rest in, but you closed that door behind you when you left, so you'd have to like pick the lock again. I guess there's 2 rooms like that that you that were sort of enclosed spaces that possibly might be safe.
Right.
But out in the open does seem risky to do a long rest, at least. But in the immediate, like, you're standing here at this pantry door. The door is open. What would you like to do? Because you all have a turn.
Well, are we resolved to head back to town then?
I would
Is
be.
there any
if-
any indication that these goblins actually have any knowledge of this plague or blight that we are here to look into?
Not that you've seen.
Not that we actually have any idea what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with getting somewhere safer at the very least and going to town if that's our only option of doing
So
accomplishing
which way are you going? You're going back this way, back past the barricades.
Yeah.
Where the goblins were all set up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gather you up. Let's get a marching order, including Turkey. He'll go wherever.
Malthar will be at the back. Keeping rear guard.
Put Oolong in the middle because he's hurt and I don't want to kill Alex while he's not here.
Alright. Herky will go second to last. And then it's just Naidaadi or Jeb. Front.
Yeah, I can go
Jeb.
I don't
second.
mind going in the front.
All right. Yeah,
I
it
don't
works.
mind going in the front.
Alright. So. I'm just putting that there to remember. Yeah, you can head back this way. Turning south past the room with all the skeletons.
Mhm.
You go past the fountain where you'd gotten the Dragonfire before. Now, down here, you remember this door is where you had encountered those kobolds before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Can we do like perception checks, see if we can hear anything, see anything?
Yeah, give me perception checks. Three, yeah.
All
Three.
around, or?
Yeah, the three of you.
Okay.
Oolon has a hurt here, so he would have disadvantage on.
What is this music, by the way? I like it.
This is the Green Knight.
I remember that now, actually. I need to re-listen to that score.
It's just like an ambient mix that someone put together. It's not, I don't know, more specific. Probably a few things from it. Like a medley, I guess. You don't hear any koboldy sounds from the other side of this door.
Okay.
Okay, it's unlocked.
This door is locked.
Okay, so
Wait,
can I try
did
to-
you guys pick this door or did you kick it? I can't remember because it was locked before. I should have put a note on.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know we picked some and kicked some, but I don't know which.
You were
one.
fleeing, so I'm guessing that you kicked this one. So I'm gonna say it's
Open.
it's open.
All right.
So then I guess I'll cautiously. Well, no, if I kicked it, it would just be wide open, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll cautiously. We can cautiously
All right, give me stealth
toe
checks.
around.
And this will be everyone. I'll make one for Urki, but make one for Oolon.
Oh, gosh.
You got a 14.
Oh, God.
One of us got a natural one.
Ooh, so that's 2 failures. So let me see. Fail, success. Yeah. So you start coming through, and immediately as you're walking, you're like, we're not walking quiet. This is not quiet. I just hope nobody's listening. And then you see around this corner, Kobold peek its head over, obviously in response to the noise that you guys are making. Like peek over and go, ah! Like squawk at the others.
Wait.
Turn back around this corner.
Mm-hmm.
What? He said, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of put my hand out benevolently as if to try to convince.
It sees that, but it doesn't slow down. It still like disappears around the corner, and it's continuing to do whatever it was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Should we run?
You know that it.
Or
What language are you saying? What language are you saying? Wait in?
Common.
Okay. Yeah. What are you guys doing? Because it's disappeared around this corner, the kobold. But
Could I pursue at a distance and yell that again only in Draconic?
you could do that.
Okay.
The Naidaadi runs after the the kobold, and you shout in Draconic. Wait, what did you say in Draconic?
Just wait. We mean you no harm.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Malthar will bonus action dash and pursue along with Naidaadi.
Right.
I will. I think maybe Oolon and I would stay back to guard back here in case the goblins come around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not a good idea to split up.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you guys think?
Well, I'm not planning on going very far.
Okay, yeah, we'll stay in this room and hang out.
Yeah, I'll skid to a stop right at the door and try to get a good look at what's in here, but not really go any further if they've completely escaped.
Oolon will stay over here to support from a range. Makes sense. Is that kind of what you guys were thinking for him?
Sure.
I missed what you'd said. Arky will come over by Jeb. Yeah, you don't get any immediate response. Are you chasing? Are you coming around this corner too?
No, I'm just stopping right here.
All right, stopping right here, bracing against this little archway.
Yep.
And this is an arch, so it's.
Malthar will at least pursue up to this corner and try to at least go that far.
Okay, so you can peek around the. Yeah, so you run around that corner, and you see the kobold that you are pursuing is facing towards you, having just spoken with a pretty muscular looking kobold with some kind of like scaly hide draped over their shoulders and a large spear, and another kobold that looked like kind of the fighters that you had fought before, and they immediately turn towards you and rush at you. I think we're back in initiative.
Okay.
Initiative.
Gee.
But you're shouting, wait, in Draconic.
Yep.
Oh, I'm looking at goblin sheets. Oh, that's nice. I'll just delete the Cobalt delete. They're all going on the same turn. Gotta make initiative rolling go a little quicker. It always takes so long. So Malthar, you're up first. You see these two kobolds, both with spears, kind of like immediately occupy this hallway and start like marching towards you with these spears. I said rush, and they do rush at first, but then they kind of slow down and are just like occupying the hallway and moving towards you. You also hear, because there was a lot of like kobold wailing, you hear a door down in this direction open. And you don't hear, you see, because it's a straight hallway. This door opens up, and two more kobolds come out, and they start doing the same thing, but it's not their turn, so they're not going to do anything. It's your turn.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna fire a short bow shot at that one there with the spear. And I will add the plus 1d4 to the damage if it hits.
Nice. I'll say that's still going. Ooh.
No sneak attack damage, but 11?
11, oh, definitely.
Right.
One day you'll take something out in 2 shots.
I like that you got
and then Malthar will move
I didn't hear that.
back. 3, 4, 5, 6. And bonus action hide right here. And that's it for Malthar.
Alright. Yeah. You didn't fight the Cobalt Elite, so they didn't see you guys completely wreck front line before. I guess they have now. Naidaadi.
We mean you know, huh?
I mean, honestly, the one shot, you'd get the impression that won't necessarily hurt your chances of, like, it's a show of strength.
Right.
It could go either way. It could hurt your chances or it could help, depending on your.
So much harm that you should stop.
I'll watch Malthar just kind of scamper by and look back at, well, the two that I can see and kind of give a shrug. Pull out my bow, take a shot at this guy down on the bottom.
All right. Go.
Really?
12.
12. Oh. Yeah, you hear the kobold that ran away, because you can understand Draconic. You hear it saying, "Please be careful, be careful! I told you, they're deadly! They're deadly!"
Oh, and then I'll go ahead and move aside if anybody else wants a turn.
Is Oolon doing anything? Oolon has a. Whoa.
As far as he can get, and he has a bow.
Does have a bow. He.
An archer starry.
Ooh, that's a use of his. You can use your wild shape to activate like a starry. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it does do ranged damage.
What I'm trying to figure out. He has produce flame, which does.
That's probably his best simple ranged attack. It's a cantrip, so it's not a spell slot or anything.
Okay, but what's the 30 feet of his how close is this thing? Yeah, like 50 feet. You can't go any further. So that's not gonna work. Wait, does he have a bow? Actually, I don't think he does.
No, he has a javelin. Oh, that's Jeb. I'm looking at the wrong person.
I don't know if there's anything he can do. Well, I guess he can dash to get closer. Then he can't use his infantry.
He could use a... I mean, beyond ranged attacks, he could cast guidance on someone. Which is kind of like that. He could cast Naidaadi. He could cast guidance on Naidaadi, and that'll give him a bonus if he tries to make any more like persuasion stuff.
I guess that's what he'll do.
'Cause it doesn't give a bonus to attack rolls, but it does give a bonus to ability checks.
I guess that's what he'll have to do. And then maybe like, and then I guess step back as well.
All right. And what would Jeb like to do?
So let me see how far Jeb can get. Sorry about the sound.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Jeb can get to the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a javelin. He does have a javelin. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he'll try to throw the javelin at the remaining
Alright.
kobold, or one of the remaining kobolds.
Yeah.
The one that's directly in front of him.
Yeah. I think you have disadvantage because of the range, but it might still be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than you don't have it, probably.
Yeah, disadvantage.
13.
13. 13 misses.
Okay.
So it just hits the wall over here. The kobolds. Immediately, this kobold is going to duck back into this door here. This one rounds the corner over here just to peek around because it saw this kobold here, and then it backs up again. Hear more kobolds moving around. You hear more kobolds moving around. Naidaadi, you hear them talking.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking to you. They're talking to each other, so you can't quite hear what they are saying. Make a perception check, actually. Just Naidaadi.
Okay.
The only thing you hear is Udrail,
What does that mean?
which you heard once before. Sounds like a name.
Okay.
But they don't do anything immediately.
Oh, I feel reckless again.
Malthar and Naidaadi.
Yeah.
The hallway is empty.
Can you remind me what was in this room here?
This room, you can like use 5 feet of your movement to just sort of step over and pop that door open.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
It's vacated now. There's still like a fire pit there, but the furs are taken. It was just a place, kind of a dwelling place, but for the a couple kobolds poured out of there when you attacked the kobold that was here.
Okay.
Or when you burst in.
Malthar will move kind of to this corner here and just prepare to hold an action to shoot whatever comes into the corridor next.
Oh, God.
Naidaadi.
Yeah, I'm contemplating things that are probably going to get me in trouble.
With who? With
Them.
us or with the
No,
kobold?
with them. What was the?
You hear them.
What was the
You hear,
word they said?
you heard them like discussing with
Mhm.
each other, and you heard Udrail,
Udrail, yeah.
a name.
Yep. I'm gonna just walk down,
Mhm.
and then this safely. I will kind of like shuffle away all my belongings and hold my hands out empty as I step around the corner and I say, Udrail's blessings be upon you.
Um,
I don't know. I'm assuming it's some sort of deity.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
I know that doesn't seem like what you're going for. But I feel like.
Yeah.
And you have guidance, so you could add a d4.
Yeah, I think I will. 16.
You do that, and the kobolds kind of. First of all, as you walk forward, unarmed, they step back. They're scared of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you say that, and it seems to hit them with a confusion more than anything.
Oh.
But it is also kind of intimidating that you say something that clearly doesn't make much sense to them.
Right.
But then you hear a voice from this end. You don't see who's talking, but you hear a voice say in Draconic, "Who are you? What do you want? You wish to speak?"
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna answer.
Why?
Instead, I'll just I feel like I can't really step forward, but I will spread my arms a little wider and say, "We don't want to harm you."
Okay. I'm sort of. I'm going to leave initiative where it is.
Okay.
But are any of you back here doing anything while Naidaadi? We're gonna go back and forth with Naidaadi and this person, so you can move and do stuff. This is sort of a break from initiative.
I think or at least Jeb is going to be watching with rapt attention.
All right. Oolon's gonna step away from the opening a little bit more. Urki's gonna come closer so he can hear what's happening. And actually, he'll cast True Strike again on Malthar and give Malthar a wink.
Oh, thank you.
The voice says, "You're not with the goblins?"
No. Of course not.
"Why do you attack?"
You attack first.
You're talking.
I mean, dude, we didn't really, but they didn't really attack first, but...
This is a holy place! You're trespassing! What do you want?
Holy place? How so? The goblins obviously don't want you here.
We don't want the goblins here! You speak language of dragons. Tell me, do you know of the great Majarta?
No. Or wait, do I?
I don't know if we did this already. Make a history check.
Yep.
With advantage. Ooh. You're not sure who Majarta is.
Right.
It also sounds like it.
It doesn't matter to you. This is a holy place for the descendants of great dragons. The goblins are trespassers, and so are you.
Why would I be a trespasser if I could do this? And I will, breath weapon the wall.
All right, make a performance check with advantage.
Okay.
All right, 14. These three goblins all go, and you cast green light down this hallway, which is mostly an
Yeah.
And now you see the kobold that was speaking before, an older kobold with a white robe, kind of peeks around. You only see the top half as they peek around the corner.
Yeah.
And see the last trails of fire, and see you for the first time. And they're like,
And I'll say, as you can see, I am descended of dragons as well.
Yes. Yes. Tell me, are you peaceful then? Do you lay down your arm?
What in the world? I would assume most of my weapons, if not all of them, are all visible all the time.
yeah, and you specifically aren't holding any weapons. So it seems like, well, go on.
Because I've got a sword, a bow, a staff. This is going to take a while. And a spear. As a show of just showmanship, I will lay down my bow. Seeing as how he's pretty far away and nothing else I could attack him with at this turn.
Naidaadi, what are you doing?
Cast a sideways glance with a glare.
This kobold is going to disappear for a second. You hear them speak. And they step out fully now. And they're like, they say,
Dear child of dragon, if you have not heard of the great Majarta, please let me enlighten you. Come, come.
I'll
Bring
look
your
back.
friends if they are peaceable.
I'll look back and I'll kind of wave everybody over with another half helpless shrug and shuffle in. I will look left at this guy, give him a nod. And then what?
Malthar will uncertainly put his arrow back into his quiver and carefully move this way.
Yeah, Jeb will head over as well.
Okay. Clunk.
yeah, Jeb, make a perception check.
Four.
So yeah, you walk past these kobolds who have not put down their spears for you, but they're not pointing them at you. And they aren't like forcefully occupying the tunnel or the hallway. And yeah, you can follow past this door. You can. This door is a little different. It's barred, and the room inside is dark. Malthar can make a perception check because you have dark vision. 16. You see the glint of a pair of eyes through this cell as you pass by. It's a goblin.
Okay.
Here. You can't get a look at them, but you just see the face of a goblin for a second.
Oh.
In this room. And Udrail will lead you to the central hall here.
Oh, that's Udrail?
Yes.
Okay.
You would have had better luck saying a Shardalon, Blessings of a Shardalon.
Right.
You hadn't heard that one yet. They were talking about like getting their leader. So and I have a handout for you, I think. I'm putting things back in place.
Next Saturday.
I'll let you choose where you're going. But Naidaadi definitely is being led. And everyone else is being watched. So, are you following Naidaadi all the way?
Sure. The close to Naidaadi.
Oh, freehand a. There you go.
Apparently there's a truce. We'll see.
Did a handout just pop up?
It did.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So there's a throne of sorts set up here,
Nice.
a pillar with the head of a dragon clutching a key in its mouth, and some large pieces of stonework set up as arms, and Utrail sits on the floor between them. There's also some stuff on top of the pillar that you can see. It's set up there, valuables of some kind, flanked by two guards. This is a long hallway with pillars with curled, like serpents carved into them, curling up pillars. And moving up here. So Udrail will sit down and gesture towards the face of the dragon on the pillar and says,
The great Shardalon, our ancestor, greatest of all red dragon.
Red.
We came here in pilgrimage, found this place abandoned, defiled by goblins and undead. And we're here to reclaim this place. Why are you here?
The Blight? It's Blight, right?
You turn back to the others and say, "It's Blight, right?"
Yeah.
Blight, I haven't heard of this Blight. What is it?
Well, the neighboring towns are complaining about a blight, and we were told by them that this was the source of the of this blight, this fortress.
Neighboring towns. This is up there, I assume.
Yeah.
We don't go above.
Maybe you should. No. Either way.
Nah.
In any case, you wouldn't happen to know about this blight, would you? Anything being done here in this place?
Well, I know the goblins are always up to their terrible machinations. They've been here for a while, we think, mucking the place up, scrawling their demonic graffiti all over our ancestral relics. If there's a terrible blight that you're after, I would guess that those goblins have something to do with it.
Is this all in Draconic?
I think, no. She would have started speaking in Common once you're all here. And she does speak.
Okay.
Make an insight check. I guess... not Jeb. Malthar and Naidaadi. Insight check.
Right.
Jeb's not the right kind of worldly.
Wow.
Nice. Both of you can tell that in addition to like the Draconic, which is clearly the language that these kobolds speak normally, the most prominent accent that you can pick up is Undercommon. So it seems like Common is a third language, and like the accent is 50% Draconic, 50% Undercommon.
Interesting.
Well, if you're after goblins and all the terrible things that the goblins have wrought, you're free to stay with us. Keep you as safe as we can. We have food and reading.
Reading?
Yes, if you'd like to learn more about Ashardalon and the great dragons.
I'm no scholar, but I could be interested, yeah.
Do we know who else might be speaking Undercommon that the kobold would have interacted with, potentially? Do the goblins speak Undercommon? Typically?
Are you asking this to anyone, or are you asking?
Would Malthar have heard of if we understand the accent of Undercommon?
Yeah. Make a history check with advantage because you succeeded on the accent, clocking the accent.
Nope.
Nah. I mean, the Underdark.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So you have a potential place to stay as long as you are neutral or peaceful towards the kobolds and are like hostile or neutral to the goblins. you have a place to stay.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, that seems nice. It's kind of funny that they're not pissed that we killed a few of them.
Yeah, I guess also with just off of that insight check, you can tell that in general these kobolds are pretty terrified of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But Udrael was immediately flipped by like Naidaadi coming in with the dragon fire and showing an interest in the dragon faith has what was enough for Udrael, and they follow Udrael.
Right.
So, just history timeline-wise, the goblins were here before the kobolds?
Oh, the goblins have been here for a while. They were here before we were, our group. But this is a holy place. A place that worshipped the great Ashardalon long before these goblins got here.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Why are you keeping a goblin? Sorry, I can't ask that. I didn't see it.
All right.
It's okay. Malthar can ask that. Why are you keeping the goblin captive?
They attacked us. We've been fighting the goblins for a while, and
Why not just kill them?
we do. But we show them mercy and a chance to redeem themselves. If the goblins want them back, we trade. They take prisoners too, and they are not kind. Actually, I've heard, I think that we are even in terms of, the hostilities, because we received a few prisoners who returned. Speaking of you fighting goblins. 3 of ours returned from the goblin prison. You're already fighting goblins. This is good. One day, this place will be clean. We'll be free.
Mm-hmm. Well, clean and free is what I want too for this place. Maybe for different reasons, but...
Hell yeah, up top.
Yeah, so what would you like to do? Are you comfortable taking a long rest here? Because you definitely feel like you need one.
I would be perfect with that.
I would, yeah, same.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
You also, at this point, probably have noticed that Erky Timbers is no longer with you.
What? Hey.
Erky Timbers is what?
No longer with you.
Dead?
He scampered. He's a scamper. I knew it.
You know what? Let's go find that guy. I want to give him a stern talking to.
Let's rest first. You can't get far.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna rest and then we're gonna go find that guy, and I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind.
All right. They will show you a
We get everything back on a long rest, right? Is there anything that any of us don't get back? Or I guess I should say, is there anything Jeb or Oolon don't get back?
on a long rest. You'll get back everything, including your health. The only thing that doesn't fully restore on a long rest is your hit dice. You get At this level, you get 1 hit die back. They'll show you to this room if it's to your liking. It's already been vacated. It has a nice little fire pit in it, and they'll bring in a couple simple furs. But you also may have bed rules.
They're hospitable little kobold.
And they'll also give you food if you would like it. It's a stew with meat in it.
What kind of meat?
Is it green?
Are you asking?
Yeah, what kind of meat is this?
What?
What type of meat is this? I'm just wondering. I'm on a paleo diet. I'm trying to make sure.
Dead?
What? Dead?
Red? It's also dead. Oh, it's dead. I misunderstood.
From what animal? Can I take a bite?
You want to fucking... Let me tell you where it grew up?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Is this farm raised?
Is this that episode of Portlandia? They told you where the chicken was born and all that stuff?
Never mind.
Yeah. Can I do like what would it be? I guess I don't know. Well, what check could I do to see if I knew what this taste was?
To identify the taste. To identify the taste. I don't know. What?
History?
I would
no, nature.
I would let you do
insight?
nature. I would let you do nature or survival.
Alright, I'll do survival.
I feel like this is loose enough that I'll let you do something you're good at.
14.
14. Oh, you get a chunk and you kind of nibble on it a little bit. You see like little pieces that are like, I've had rat before. That tastes like rat. There's a larger chunk. You taste it, and it's a little sweeter.
But you've had rat before?
You may have had rat. Maybe I'm making an assumption.
No, I think I would have had rat. I just thought you were saying
rats live in swamps. I've seen them. I have. I saw a rat in a swamp scurrying like a marsh. It was in England, I guess, but it was like scurrying along a riverbed, and it was fucking crazy because I've never seen a rat in the wild before. Like not in.
Saw a rat in a jungle, concrete jungle.
I don't know. There's definitely like a rodent in here, and then there's something else that's like a little sweet. It's a little lighter. Could be.
What spices
Could
did
be.
you guys?
Could be pork. Spices.
Like the...
Points over to a fungus that's growing on the wall.
Oh, are we gonna start tripping in a minute?
No.
Points over to a mushroom cluster that's growing on the wall.
That's the stuff.
That's what you want.
Take a break if you're going for a long rest. Food's not poison, so if you eat their food, it'll count as rations, and you don't have to use any of your rations.
Cool.
Excellent.
You can take a 10-minute break. It's pretty late. I don't want to take like the full 20-minute.
Okay.
But like a short break.
That's fine.
How long have we been going actually? Like an hour 25?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half? Alright. Nice. Alright.
Yeah.
Be back in like 8:45.
Okay.
La la la. La 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 la. Hmm.
That's a superb owl.
Daniel, we can just see your glasses gleaming in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
Yeah, this is kind of spooky. I feel like the lights are gonna turn on behind you. There's gonna be like a killer or something. I don't know.
Just need a little lightning simulator coming through the window.
Whoa. What are you sipping on?
It's mead. You've actually had this mead. It's the Aphon Melt. It's a leftover Aphon. Just have a little bit.
Very unassuming label.
Yeah. I think it's my favorite mead. It's from England.
Mead is made with honey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, honey wine. Although some of it's more like beer.
Yeah, some of it's more like a beer.
Cider almost. If it's sparkling mead, like a lower alcohol content, and it's fizzy. I tend to like the more winey meads.
Yeah, same. I was told by someone at the liquor store last night that I don't know how it is in other states, but in New York State, mead is licensed like beer. So they can't sell it in a liquor store unless they are licensed to sell wine and beer.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they can sell it at a beer store.
Yeah.
Or they can sell it at a wine and beer store, but not just a wine store.
I wonder why that is.
Interesting.
I've never heard anybody be that picky over beer. Like, I've never heard that having a separate license.
Yeah.
It's just, in my experience, it's just been, you have a liquor license or you don't. And if you don't, you can't sell anything but light beer.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I have noticed that it's hard to find mead I mean, there's a liquor store on like every corner in New York City, but it is hard to find mead in most of them. And that perhaps explains it.
Yeah. I mean, liquor stores here in Virginia don't really have food, right? Usually.
No, not really.
But we have ABC. Is the
Yeah, things here are usually there'll usually be a beer store, which is like kind of like a convenience store that also sells a lot of different kinds of beer. Or there'll be a liquor and wine store which sells liquor and wine. Sometimes they are combined. But that's
I guess I'm sure all of this was different before Prohibition.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
So here's a little update. Who do we
Oh.
Who do we think's winning now?
I'm sticking with it. Kansas. No, I'm just joking. I couldn't actually remember, but I just said Kansas because I knew it was wrong.
So what do you think is right?
Colorado? No.
Starts with a C. It's not a state. I'll tell you that much.
What is it?
City. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. That's my guess.
We've now got.
It's my confident. That's the fact. It's not a guess. That's the answer.
You're correct. Now, when I opened this up to look at it, it was Los Angeles 13, Cincinnati 17. But just now, it has changed to Los Angeles 13, Cincinnati 20. So
I told you, it's the long game.
it's the long game.
It's the only game that matters in the long run. Are you taking shifts during your long rest, or are you comfortable in sort of resting?
I'm comfortable letting these kobolds guide us as we sleep.
I'm not. We beat them pretty fast and easily.
But they're terrified of it.
Yeah, but they're also terrified of us, so...
I don't know. We might as well take shifts if it's not going to impact our restfulness in the long term.
Yeah,
it won't.
I mean,
It'll just make it take a little longer, but it won't.
If I was doing this in real life, I would not want to take shifts, but because it is just
because
a
taking
role-playing
shifts
game,
is
I don't mind.
miserable. All right. Well, regardless, nothing dangerous happens. It doesn't seem like the kobolds have like a night and day cycle at all. Things don't quiet down at any point, and they don't get louder at any point. There's sort of a steady amount of activity happening throughout the night. You get the impression there's more kobolds than you saw, like a lot more. You're not sure exactly where they are, but you definitely only saw a few like fighters, guards in the room. But you hear much more activity over a sustained period than those kobolds would do. But you can get a long rest. I'll get back at 1 hit die, cover all your stuff.
All right.
Your level of exhaustion is gone.
Oh, yeah, can we say I got my javelin back?
Yeah, you can get your javelin. Nobody gets any arrows back because all of them hit in one shot somebody.
Okay.
So.
But I could pick up my bow as well from the floor.
Oh, definitely.
I've been playing through Super Mario 64, which I never played.
Yeah.
And I like Mario a lot. And There's a little part where you go into this like little dungeon area, and it's full of water, and there's two pillars in the middle that you can climb up on to get on top, like not to get out of the water. And at the bottom of the water is a door, but you can't open doors underwater. They set that up immediately.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to figure out, like, how do I get through that door? I was looking around, and I saw a sign, and I went over and I read the sign, and the sign just said, "It is decreed that the pillars shall be pounded." And so I went and ground pounded on both the pillars, and it drained the water.
That's insane.
Yeah.
In Dragon's Dogma, everything, they got really carried away making everything sound very old-timey, and the way people talk is very obnoxious. Like, if you go through a forest, your helpers, like the people, your company, like all the hirelings that follow you around, they just say inane garbage at you all the time, and one of them will say, like, look at all the flowers, like so many verdant children. I heard that line so many times. But if you try to open a door and it's locked and you can't open it, a little box of text will show up that says, "'Tis shut." So all of even the like mechanical game dialogue is like, "'Tis too heavy." Alright, so you've had a long rest. What would you like to do? Where are you headed?
Would Naidaadi's point of exhaustion be taken care of?
Naidaadi's level of exhaustion is gone.
All right.
We asked them a little bit about the layout of stuff down here, like which way do the goblins control, where do they control, just so we can get a sense of what's safe, where it's safe to go, or at least safer.
Yeah, you can set up a little war room over here with Utrail, who's very happy to plot against the goblins with you. She'll go over with, like, you see a couple of the goblins that escaped from the cell when you when you opened it up for Herky. So they know this path that you took, what they call the back way to Goblin Town.
Oh.
They know all about this path here from what the prisoners have said. They also know that this door right here leads to a hallway that both sides have trapped. And that's the front line. That's the most direct path to Goblin Town. And like I said, both parties have trapped that hallway pretty heavily. The back way, they didn't know about the pantry. Pantry had 2 doors. So you, at this point, basically know more about the layout than they did. But you mentioned the dragon. Do you mention the dragon?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
A couple of the kobolds kind of react to you saying that and talk a little bit amongst themselves. Yuzrael looks off and says,
Calcrick. Calcrix was stolen from us by the goblins. He's to be our king one day and rule over this place. He's not ready, but he will be. Meepo was going to get him ready, but I understand. We'll pass that.
Meepo is the one that you
hopefully, if we get rid of these goblins, we can bring Calcarix back and continue readying him for his responsibilities.
When we encountered the dragon the last time, it attacked us. Is there anything we could say to the dragon to let it know we're on your side?
Well, Meepo's the one that could really speak to it and convince it to. Meepo kept it passive. He always had a way with beasts, especially the smart ones. I was never quite sure how he did it. It wasn't magic. But I'm sure that Calcarix could be convinced to return. They seem to be keeping him as a guard dog, preventing entrance through the back passage. Goodness knows what they're doing to that poor thing. As for Goblin Town itself, I'm not sure. I know we learned from some of our prisoners. The name of their leader is Grenell, or was Grenell. No.
Sorry, that's my mistake.
The name of their leader is Dern. They
First
had
name
another
Laura?
leader. What? No.
First name Laura?
No.
First name Bruce?
Possibly. They used to have another leader, but Dern, in one of their squabbles for power, Dern came in. Doesn't really matter, except that Dern happens to be quite a dangerous hobgoblin warlord from the mountains.
We did kill a hobgoblin. Is there more than one?
I believe there is.
Okay, so I don't know then.
I think there's more goblins than hobgoblins. But Dern wasn't alone when he arrived. That's all I know. Grenell is the former, I believe, the wife of the former leader. She has some leadership role. I think she's a magician of some kind. Some sort of devil magic. Demonic magic, I believe.
Why do you say magician?
You know.
To me, magician implies that it's just kind of a hobby. Or just kind of like a...
Well, they're goblins,
It's
so I'm
just
sort of
banal.
demeaning them. I'm sort of making them sound silly because they're... You understand.
I get it. I'm demean people.
Yeah!
Up top.
Up top!
So you can, the information that they give you, I'll reveal a couple areas. This passage leads pretty directly to that hallway where you shot the hobgoblin. There's like maybe one more room in between this door up here and the hallway.
Are the rooms like to the south through these doors here? Are those controlled by the kobolds?
Those are just rooms. Those are like the room that you stayed in. They're just square rooms. And these doors, this door seems to be a Cobalt door. She won't She doesn't tell you exactly what's behind you, but it's not. It's part of their area, part of the Kobolds' territory.
Mm-hmm.
So is this door here. Udrail also has, well, Udrail does seem interested in possibly supporting you, like attacking and assaulting the goblins and retrieving Calcarex. If you're planning on doing that directly, she can provide a little bit of support.
I do like this idea myself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The
allying
goal-
with the dragon team just sounds like a cool idea in general.
Yeah.
Their goal in that will be to repel the goblins from the Citadel. Preferably killing Dern, but that's not a necessity. And retrieving Calcarex.
I also know there is more to this place beneath this structure. The Citadel, it's a large structure, and the goblins occupy mainly this area where we are. But they seem to have some dealings with things below the Citadel. We haven't figured out the layout of the place entirely. It's been buried for a long time. Many parts are collapsed, inaccessible. But we've been trying to reach the lower areas. We haven't had any success.
But you want to.
Yes,
Okay.
eventually.
I couldn't help but notice the key in the mouth of the dragon pillar above your head. Do you know where that key goes to?
Yes, there's a door with the head of a Chardalon carved into it. We've gone through the door, and we're met with a puzzle that we could not solve.
Was it a dangerous puzzle?
We didn't get that far.
Really? You didn't get to the dangerous part of a puzzle? That seems like you gave up a little easily, maybe.
Hey, fuck you, man. I bet you don't even know what. I bet you don't even know what door we're talking about.
Well, show me. Show us.
Ooh, okay. Grifo, show them.
This kobold will come over, take the key, and usher you along. I'll just drag you right to it.
It was that first door. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you rolled a natural 20, but didn't meet the DC to open, which I felt a little bad about, because it does feel like a natural 20 should do it, but by the rules,
Yeah.
natural 20 is an automatic success on attack rolls, and it just felt like they set the DC of the door at 25 or whatever, and I feel like that made sense, so
Yeah.
I made the call. Here you are. go up to the door.
This is the door.
Oh my god. Take a lozenge. Holy shit.
Alright.
Did actually hurt my voice immediately, so I'm gonna.
I go something more like this.
You sound like you're guarding the pit of despair.
I just won't talk much. I'm a strong silent type.
Sure, buddy. Ooh, colors.
Reversing.
Shows you in to this room. There is a there are 5 orbs on 5 pedestals. They're all pretty much gray, but when you approach them with your light sources, who's got the light sources, by the way?
Malthar has a lantern.
I guess what's his name? Oolon has produced flame.
Yeah, all right. So you got a lantern and a fire. And as you walk up to these, and the light kind of shines through them a little bit, and you can see their color. This one's clear. This one's red. This one's green. This one's blue. And this one isn't see-through at all. And there's an arched door here with the relief of 5 worms, 5 dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I walk over to this and just try the door.
Right. You said you just stand by the door?
No, I just try it. If there's a handle, let's.
Oh, there is no
jiggle the
handle.
Oh.
Is a flat. You can tell it's a door because there's an archway and there's a flat stone, but it is a stone door with no way to interact.
Got it. All right.
Is there
portico.
anything? Is there anything like written on the arch or the door?
On the arch. Check. Uh-oh. My notes are wrong here. I'll be right back.
Wait, what?
My notes here are wrong. I'm gonna go grab the paper notes.
Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom while he's doing that.
glasses again.
There is writing in the arch. It is. You can immediately recognize it as draconic, but it's old and it is. To make a history check. I think he's the only one that can understand draconic. And I'll give you advantage because the Kobold here is helping.
Who?
Naidaadi.
Okay.
History check.
All right. Let's figure it was Malthar that was asking about it, but
Well, Malthar asked about it, and you turned around and looked at it.
okay. Yeah.
20, natural 20. So you can tell this is a religious language based in Draconic, with lots of. It's basically like used to. It's like celestial but Draconic. It's used to like represent celestial stuff in Draconic. It's kind of like it's kind of like how like some languages didn't have a written language, but then a phonetic written language was written for them in another language, and then that language changed a lot, and so that's why you get things like a lot of like Aztec places are really hard to pronounce as an English speaker because they were written. They're like Aztec names written in a Spanish phonetic language a long time ago, and then you're trying to say them in English, and so it's just very difficult to translate. But you perfectly translate this to literally 5 great worms, 5 ancient memories, 5 powers offered or given, bestowed. The last word is a little could be interpreted a couple ways, but all of those options are valid.
Yeah. Given, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna wander over here and just kind of give this black orb a look. So I've got theories, but I don't know.
All right, you stare deep into this black orb, and it stares back at you. But no.
Can I lick my finger and touch it?
Finger and touch it.
Like with
as you
my own acid breath, basically.
Yeah, you've used your acid breath. Oh, no, you used it.
I used it to show off to the kobolds
regardless,
before the rest, but
Without using your acid breath, you lick it and you touch it.
yeah.
And where your finger touches it, there's a little green glow kind of around it.
Cool.
It just sort of hovers there for a second. Kind of like when you touch the outside of one of those plasma balls and the electricity touches your finger and there's a little glow there. It's a little glow there. Hey! Exactly like that.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. This one's doing something. Did you ever try?
We licked all of them.
And what did you find out? Like, when you licked all of them, did just the red one do something? Since you are...
None of them did anything.
Oh. Well, I'm going to wander over to the blue one and do the same thing.
You lick your finger, put your finger on it.
Nothing?
What?
Yeah, I do lick my finger, just touch it, see if it does the same thing.
Nothing.
Okay.
The only one that reacted was the white one. Udrell used magic on it.
Well, I just got the black one to do something. I don't know what that means.
So that Eudrail was able to cast her magic at this thing,
Okay.
and it reacted.
Hmm.
And that's the only. She tried doing that with the others in it. So they only had one orb that did any kind of response. So they weren't able to figure it out based on that.
I have an idea.
So now, Daddy, you're a black dragonborn, right?
Yes.
And you got the black orb to add.
Yes.
Do you need 5 more dragonborns?
Nah, that would be cumbersome.
Yes, it would.
I do have an idea, though. You notice this fountain here that had dragon fire? I wonder if that would activate the red one. Were I to take this jar I had.
You do know that one was black dragon fire. Same as your red.
Right. What about the death room? Was that poison death or was that acid? I don't know.
That was
that was the black dragon fire, I think. So you threw that on the ground.
There was another black fountain, after that one. Where
I know what you're talking about. Let there
give
be death.
death or something like that.
It released a thick, cloud of heavy gas that sunk down on the ground. It was thick and yellow, and it caused boils to appear all over the rats. They died pretty quickly.
Okay.
So.
Because my thought was that, hey, if we can gather some of this, whatever it is.
Anyone who's proficient in nature, I would let you make a check to tell what the damage type was. And Naidaadi, do it with advantage.
Lame.
It's up to you, Bush. Jeb.
Oolon can as well, I thought, as a...
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I can do a...
You're proficient in nature?
I am proficient in nature.
Yeah, go ahead. You saw it.
11.
With a 10 and 11, I mean, it could have been necrotic, it could have been poison. It came out of a dragon fountain. And it seemed to cause necrosis, but that could have been poison. So. Not sure. It caused boils to spontaneously start to form on the rats, and it seemed to and kept them from breathing. Possibly because some of the boils were internal.
Oh man. How did we...
Is it too meta to associate the colors with the dragon?
You have a dragonborn with you, and you're consulting with a kobold. I don't think it would be outlandish.
Okay.
And the inscription on the door does specifically just outright talk about 5 dragons.
I think you've put that together. That makes sense. That's
okay. All right. Malthar would like to go over to the red orb here and cover it in one of his flasks of oil and try to light it on fire.
Yes, very easy to do. Yeah. You can use one of your oil flasks. I mean, half of it. And touch it with your lantern or your tinderbox, and it lights on fire, and the orb starts to glow with a deep, deep red light.
Oh, cool.
You know that this one, that spot that he touched and it started to glow a little bit, when he took it away, it stopped glowing. It stayed glowing, that little glow stayed there for like 60 seconds, and then faded. So. But this red orb is glowing.
Okay, cool.
And the kobold can confirm now, figured that out, that Yggdrasil has the ability to cast Ray of Frost. And that's what they tried on this one.
Oh.
Okay. Because
Cool.
I had another idea, but it looks like those two are taken care of. Then my idea was to go back to the boiler room, summon the Mephits, and drag them all the way back here, and somehow, in some convoluted manner, get them to activate 2 at a time.
Well, let's see how many we can activate ourselves.
Wonder. I go check out the green one.
Yes. It's a
Feel
dark,
like I'm green.
dark gray, almost black. But when you hold a light to it, you can see that it's a little transparent. It's different.
Can I wrap my viney tendrils around it?
Yeah. It's cold, it's smooth, and completely inert. Nothing happens. It's also fixed to the pedestal.
Can I pull it off?
Make a strength check. Not athletics, just strength.
Bad roll.
Pretty firmly on there. You're able to. This one's not glowing, but you're able to make it glow. You know that you could.
All right.
This
Can I
one's
make it
not
glow?
glowing, but if you got Yggdrasil, you know that they could, or that she could. This one, you know that you can make it glow. It is currently glowing from the lantern fire. So the green one and the blue one are still
Yep.
off.
I think we should light them all up.
Me too. Oolon's outline is blue. Maybe if he... no. It's dumb.
Wow, what if the solution was that I had picked orbs that matched your Roll20 colors, and you just had your tokens on them?
That would be so meta.
Uh-huh.
Oolon can shape water. He can freeze water. Is that shape water? Sorry. You freeze the water provided there are no creatures in it.
You want to give it a try?
Sure. If Oolon maybe has a water flask on him or something.
Yeah. You can pour the water flask on it to the point where it's wet, and then freeze the water. And you see that I think it's called hoarfrost. The swirls and shapes and stuff that form on something that's a little wet when it freezes. And that completely coats the orb. And you see it start to turn blue. It turns transparent and it starts to glow blue a little bit. It doesn't glow like the others that you've turned on.
Okay.
It seems like it needs to be colder. Based on... Because it glows in the way that this black one glows.
Okay.
But this one's fully glowing. You know that this one is on. These two responded. They didn't seems like they need to take damage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that cantrip is not enough to deal damage.
Okay.
It's not cold enough.
Can I blast the black one? Just outright breath weapon it.
Yes. You blast this one with your breath weapon and it activates fully.
Cool.
My great axe to strike the green one.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
19.
19. You strike it with your great axe and it sparks off and slides down. Roll a d20. Just a d20. And you don't want to get a 1.
No, I didn't.
Alright. Your axe does not shatter. There's a little chip in it left by the orb. And when you struck the orb, that spark was like purple. There was like a purple spark, like a little bit of fumes coming. There is some magical protection on these. They are magical items that are difficult to damage. There wasn't like a force field around it, but when you struck it, it sparked in a slightly unnatural way.
So we got the red one activated, the black one activated. We can get somebody to activate the white one. But we still need the blue one. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for how they might be activated? The blue and the green?
Can we get Oolon to come over and hold the fire that he's holding against it?
Yeah, he can test
Or at least
that
up to it.
very quickly against the green one and the blue one, and neither one reacts.
Can I pour a little bit of water on the green one?
Okay.
Can I lick it?
Can lick it. It's cold, smooth. It's a little. It's not dusty actually. The rest of this room is pretty dusty, but the orbs are pristine. And you just washed it off with water.
Feel like I almost have this suspicion that our best. I don't know. I'm still not sold off on the. I'm not convinced that the fountains aren't something to do with this, and that if we could gather whatever from them.
I have 5 jade dragons in my inventory.
You pull out the jade dragons and show everyone.
Yeah.
Where did you get those?
Jade dragon store. I forget.
Make a deception check. You got those from the Kobolds place when you first broke in.
Hey, just a 7.
Just a 7. Griepo is giving you a stare, like. Like he knows what you did.
Can Oolon properly attack with the flame instead of just holding it up?
Yes, he can tell. He can do that. On this one, nothing. This one is still active because it's still burning. This is the only one that has reacted to fire.
Wait, so which ones are activated right now?
This one is the only one that's.
Oh, this one went out.
This one was never fully active, and the little bit that you
Wait, I
caused
thought
below
now
did
that
go out.
I thought Naidaadi breathed.
Oh, yes, he did. So this one is also fully active.
Okay.
And which one did you freeze?
The white one?
The white one, and it responded. It seemed to respond to the cold. It just needs to be colder to activate. And Udrail was able to activate.
Let's go get her. Maybe she can redo it. Well, I ask, what's his name?
Yeah.
How long did these last? When Udrail was able to activate the white one, how long did it last?
Until we close the door.
Okay.
Well, we can send someone to say to Udriel that we've had some success, and if she's willing, she can come back here and activate the white one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's easy enough. I can handle that and say that you can bring Udrail over. She'll come with more kobolds, of course.
Right.
Look, we're having so much success here. Would you be able to do what you did previously on the white one?
Yes, allow me.
And she will cast Ray of Frost directly at it. And it lights up bright white opaque. So you've got a red light, a white light, and a dark green light coming from this one.
Okay.
This one's like a white, kind of white blue, white, sort of light blue.
Okay, I've got a hunch.
Okay.
Can Oolon cast Entangle on the green one?
Yes. Vines wrap around the pedestal up to and around the orb, just like when you grabbed it before. Nothing happens. Just the blue and the green, which haven't responded to anything so far.
Can I pour some water on the blue?
Not yet.
Nothing?
These don't respond to vines, they don't respond to water, they don't respond to fire, they don't respond to physical assault.
I yell, open at one of them.
The door opens, I'm joking.
Can I go up to the green one and like verbally abuse it?
Yeah. What do you
Be
say?
like, hey, you fucking idiot! You're stupid, and you're really ugly.
Excuse me. This is a holy site. I won't have you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Respectfully, you're stupid and really ugly.
Thank you.
So that works, or so we're done with
No.
this now?
No, it doesn't do it.
I'm sorry. What was the leader of Kobold's name?
Oh, Udrail.
Udril. Have you discovered any other of the dragon fountains in this place, aside from the two that lead to the goblin back way?
2. Well, we only found the one.
Okay.
Let there be fire.
Yeah. Yes, that one.
You tell her where the other one is?
I suppose so. Sure.
Death, you
That
said?
one said what?
Let there be death.
Right.
And it produced smoke from its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy yellow smoke caused boils.
Yes.
Perhaps we need to go find. Maybe there are 3 other fountains that will give us the answers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've already figured out some of them, but
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the green one is poison. I wonder if there's some kind of poison.
I was
They do seem to be.
I was going to suggest that Oolong turn into a snake and try to bite it, but I don't know. Failing a con save for the orbs doesn't seem like it would work.
Could use a wild shape to do that. He can turn into a venomous snake.
I guess so.
Yeah, sure.
Oolon will use a wild shape, turn into a venomous snake. Somebody can set him on top of the orb, or make him climb.
I'll do that.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
I'm joking.
man.
No, he doesn't bite you. But you put him up there, and like you can see him contemplating how to go about poisoning the orb. And he looks at you with a look that can only mean one thing, which is milk me. You immediately understand what he's saying. It's the universal
sign.
The universal look for milk me like a.
Isn't that, what do they say in the...
Who lifted up the snake onto the orb?
Is anyone proficient in medicine here?
Is anyone proficient in medicine?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. Okay, so none of you have milked a snake
No.
for antivenom. Okay, so he'll
I mean,
just
would
open his.
Malthar, though? I mean, Malthar's just Mr. Rogue, so you obviously assume he's
Oh, I don't know. Has Malthar?
good at
I mean, you tell me. Has Malthar? Does Malthar know how to do poison stuff?
He's more on the smuggling side of rogue.
Right. If you were an assassin subclass, I think that you, but you're none yet. 'Cause you're level 2.
I mean,
yes, no one
Malthar's
knows how
willing
to.
to try, but
If you'd like to,
what kind of a check would that be?
medicine, I think, or animal handling, whichever one is you're better at.
Medicine.
So,
In
Don't roll bad.
Oh wait. Yep. Okay. Medicine.
As long as you roll over a 10, you're fine. Okay.
11.
So you don't get stuck, and you do manage to. It's weird knowing that this is like a person that you like pull you like put a finger like between the two fangs and kind of like bend the head backwards a little bit, and like that is enough to allow Oolon to like contract the muscles that he needs to squeeze venom out of the fangs. So he's not like a spitting cobra. He can't just spray. He needs to like depress the muscles around the fang. It's like he's biting into something. And as soon as a few drops of poison land on the top of this orb, they disappear into the orb like they didn't even land on top of it. They fall through it and don't come out the other side. And the orb starts to glow bright green.
Yay!
It glows with a bright, like a sickly yellow light. Slightly yellowish green.
Cool.
Nice. Good job.
Good job. High five.
Up top.
Up.
Alright, you weren't involved. Get out of here.
Up top, Nick.
There's one more orb.
Oh man.
Blue. What is blue?
If you would like Oolon to turn into a lightning snake, maybe a thunderbird.
I think we've pushed our shape changing luck enough.
A lightning snake? Why would blue be lightning?
It's electric.
Yep.
Just naming damage types. A radiant cow.
I have Oolon, not I. Oolon has guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt, that's radiant damage. You can use a spell slot.
I mean, he's already used one for entangle, but
Oh, he did. Okay. So right. Did you mark that off, by the way?
yeah, I did.
Okay. And the wild shape.
Yeah, I
That's-
marked that. Yeah, both.
Cool.
I don't see any other way that we're gonna inflict radiant damage.
Let me
if
look
that's
at-
what it
you're,
is.
You're talking about it. Let me see what. Are you just like looking at diversity of damage types?
Yes, yeah.
Udrail. Since now that you've latched onto like different damage types, Udrail will put forward that she has Ray of Frost, Burning Hands, Shocking Grasp.
Shocking grasp.
Grasp it shockingly.
Okay.
Over and hold her hand over the orb and hear like a snap from her hand. She grabs it, and the orb immediately lights up bright blue,
Nice.
and the door lifts up.
Let's rush through before it closes. Because those things are always on a time limit, right?
This is a momentous day.
Good job, everybody.
Everyone does like a big like group hug. Udrail gets in there. So yeah, what would you like to do? Somebody was running in.
There's the group hug.
Group hug.
Yeah, running in.
Yeah, let's go into the next room. Here.
All right. Who was rushing in?
I was. Naidaadi.
Make a dexterity save. Oh wait, no, I think it's not dexterity. Nope. What's your AC?
15.
15. Yeah. The 20. Not a natural 20. So you take. You run through and immediately step on a pressure plate. And. Hey, you take 1 piercing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. How's 18?
18 is good. You take no poison damage.
All right.
You step on the pressure plate. There are, in hindsight, pretty obvious holes on the wall, and like 6 arrows.
Ow!
Fly through, and one of them gets like grazes you.
Yeah.
Do you keep running to the other to the other side of the room?
No, I'm just gonna put up my arms in a defensive pose and then back out into the gym.
All right.
Ow.
As you stepped on that pressure plate, though, this door started to open, and then as you backed off of it, the door started to close.
Oh.
It didn't get very far open. It just back.
Okay, back in. I'll step on it intentionally this time, and maybe lean back in case there's another volley.
You
Okay.
can take the dodge.
You can take the dodge action. If you're stepping on it, the holes go back a bit. So like, if you're stepping on it, you're fully in. There's no way to step on it and not be in range of the arrows. And they go ceiling to floor.
And they what?
They go ceiling to floor. The
Okay,
holes.
gotcha.
They what? Sorry.
The holes go ceiling to floor. And on both sides of the pressure plate, so that you can't like lean over and press it with your foot, because you'll still be in. Most of your body will still be the area where the arrows are shooting.
Right.
Does the door still open?
Well, is he stepping on it?
Yes, I am.
All right. And you said you're taking the dodge action?
No, I mean, no, there's no reason for me to dodge. I mean, unless I can dodge arrows that are right beside my head.
I mean, you can, now that you know that you're there, I think it does make sense that you could, like, stand there and, like, try to be evasive.
Yeah, that works.
So they'll have disadvantage on shooting you.
Okay.
So you step on it, make an attack roll on you.
Mm-hmm. It's 15 again.
And that's an 18. You take 2 piercing damage, Constitution saving throw. The door is opening. It's about halfway open. Someone could squeeze through.
What kind of lingering poison damage do I take?
You will take. You're not going to be poisoned, but you do take an extra 4 poison damage. So the door is open enough to go through. It's still opening wider. Naidaadi is standing on the pressure plate. What does everyone do?
Rush through.
All right, Jeb runs through.
Malthar goes through.
Malthar goes through. Naidaadi's still standing on the pressure plate. Oolon will follow. Naidaadi.
I'll yell back to what's her name. This is your big chance to see new things.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion, okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. Udra's gonna go through. Kobolds are coming. If you stay on this any longer, you're gonna take another volley. Do you stand on it any longer, or do you go through?
Yes, I do stand on it one more round.
That's a dirty 20. 2 piercing damage, Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
2 poison damage.
All right.
Wow, Malthar is... Well, now that he's bravely standing there.
What was the poison damage from the last time? Sorry.
The first time it was 4. This time it was 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't count that first 4.
And this turn you run through?
Yes.
All right, you're going to run through this kobold, bringing up the rear. It's going to make a dexterity saving throw to dive through. Does not. This kobold runs through, and you hear a horrible crunch.
Oh, crunch.
I couldn't, throw my hat in order for him to do a classic slide and grab the hat out of the bottom of the door thing.
I don't think a hat would help if you have anything that...
I have a rope. Can I throw him a rope and drag him through?
Yeah. I mean, you could also just reach out and grab him and try to help him through.
Sure.
Man. All right.
That.
Make a dexterity or strength check. No persuasion. Just one of those. Whichever one's better.
All right. It does not matter. Let's try dexterity.
12. All right. I'll say that's enough to give him an advantage. So let's see what he does. Last one was a 3. That's 17.
Hey!
Sorry, was that loud?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't think. So yeah, you pull the kobold through, just as another volley flies over and the door slams shut.
Ooh. Ooh. Lady dragon statue.
Where's my... It's a dusty hall. The dust is kicked up a lot by the door closing. There's false pillars on the back here, almost like there's supposed to be a balcony here, but of course there isn't. It's just flat stone. This side is rounded, and the ceiling comes to a point, and there's a large statue of a dragon, coiled, with its tail wrapped around its legs, kind of sitting back, its head pointed up, looking upward. You can just sort of see its eyes over its snout.
What's it looking at?
It's looking at the ceiling.
Oh.
Which is just a plain, not much detail carved into the ceiling. It's just a nice, kind of pointed arch.
Okay.
Vaulted ceiling, I guess you call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a marble statue. White marble. It's a little worse for wear. There's flecks of paint on it. Old, dried, kind of rotted paint. You can only see the sort of gray-white marble underneath.
Yeah.
What used to be paint. And there's a similar ancient draconic religious writing on the base of the pedestal.
Okay. What does it say?
No,
Can I read it out loud?
Make another history check with advantage. And I'm going to have Udrell make one as well. Oh, well, 18. I'm going to say 18 gets you... it seems pretty blunt, but maybe if you read it in the proper language, it would be a little bit more fluid, like a poem.
Yeah.
But it says, "We come at night, not fetched. We disappear, not stolen. What are we?"
Not. What was the first?
We come at night, not fetched.
We disappear wet.
We disappear, not stolen. I'm gonna have you draw like.
Is it a sphinx?
Right. You draw rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh man.
Disappear, something not stolen. It says we come at night, not fetched. We disappear, something not stolen. You're not sure about this something. And then, very bluntly, what are we?
Stars?
The dragon tilts his head down. The statue has a hinge in the head, and it tilts down, looks over towards this wall here, and you see the frame of a door that was fully flush. It was hidden, just kind of, and then starts to rise. The fucking lamest puzzle I've ever seen in an adventure. It literally is. We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen. What are we as stars?
Now, the wrinkle is, did we have to get the answer in Draconic?
Whatever. I mean, I forgive this though, because I like to think that people who wrote it lived from the Underdark, so it was a bit more obscure. Maybe it seemed not obvious to them. That's probably why. Dora. Another long haul. Who's rushing you through this time?
I'll look to one of the kobold guards and kind of your turn.
Shrug and they're gonna stick with you, Trail.
Yeah.
You Trail is not first.
I'm down to half, so.
Jeb?
Yeah, okay. I'll head on through. Does anything happen?
Nope. It's dark though. You won't really be able to see anything until Oolon or Malthar comes through.
Malthar will come through with his lantern, shining about.
You can see a hall with 6 statues. As dusty as the last chamber. There's 6 alcoves. Each one has a statue of an armored elven figure holding a scimitar in their hand and an orb in the other. Well, some of them have an orb, some of them have a staff. And they are all subtly different. And they have names written on the base of the statue. Elven names, the same that you saw in the chamber where the skeletons attacked you. Although there were only 5 there.
Oh.
At the end of the hall, there is a large archway leading into another room, and you can see an odd purplish light beyond it. This is a pit. Open pit. What would you like to do?
I'm going to tentatively walk forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in the pit. Just kidding.
I've ran this adventure already. Why didn't I just write up the elf? Remind me to do. Yeah, you recognize the names and the carvings of this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Okay.
Can Malthar go up to one of these statues here and, like, examine it for anything that might rotate or...
Yeah. Make an investigation check. And if people are searching the room, someone else wants to make a different check or the same check.
Yep.
A 9.
I'll give you the 13, since people are doing stuff. You've got a lot of help. You've got the Kobolds. They're very curious. They're looking around also. They'll come in with the statues. The Kobolds seem to like show some like reverence to these elves. Just in their attitude, they don't like get down and worship them and stuff. But, you know,
Okay. But the statues aren't like doing anything, are they?
no, they're all just. I mean, they're just statues. They're and they're not like fully like their feet are sort of together like as one object. They're a little stylized. They're very much a part of the base. They don't look like they're about to get up and start walking.
Yeah.
They do have the detail of a scimitar facing down, a magical focus of some kind.
Is there any like pattern to who has the staff versus who has the orb?
Not really. These two have orbs. This one has a staff. Staff. This one has a wand.
Okay.
And also, you see that the bottom of this pit is covered in spikes.
Oh.
How deep is it?
10 feet.
Okay.
Can we push all the kobolds in and then climb over their bodies?
No.
I mean,
That is not a good. That's not a good.
I was thinking more pole vaulting over. but I don't think my staff is long enough.
Can I reach my viney tendrils across and become sort of a makeshift rope bridge for everyone else to climb across?
That would be cool.
You've never done something like that before. Not that. You haven't stretched your body quite that far before. But you don't know that it would be possible. Might be taxing.
I'm very strong.
Sure. You are very strong. You could give it a try.
Okay, let's give it a try. The worst that'll happen is that I'll fall into the spikes and die.
All right. Go to the spike bait. You can see on the other side, by the way, there's like a square object, some kind, in the middle of the room. A stone, pretty tall stone object of some kind. It's very dark in here, though. There is a purple light, but it's faint.
I assume that this is too big for us to really confidently all be able to jump over.
It would be a check. Not a super hard check. Not a hard check at all. Honestly, I think it would be DC 10. But
oh, well, maybe we should just do that.
You could just.
I'm up for it.
Now let's do the rope bridge thing. It sounds fun.
Okay. So are you gonna like stand on it and hold your arms up and then sort of try?
Yeah, I want to try to like reach across. Maybe they hold my legs.
Okay.
Sure.
Push me out over, and I try to like.
Yeah. There's gonna be a
cross and like.
Yeah. You can get your fingers just sort of barely across. There is a part where you're going to have to shift your weight from this side to the other side to actually bridge the gap, and that's what you're going to be making a check for. I think I'm going to call this athletics, which I think you're pretty good at athletics, right?
Yeah, I'm quite good at athletics.
This is weird. With all these people helping you, I'm giving you an advantage, but it's a DC 20. But if you manage to do this, nobody has to make a check. They can just walk right
Now, what happens if I fail?
Fall in the pit.
Jeb, we got you, Jeb. We got you.
Okay. Here we go.
So you have advantage, athletics, DC 20.
No.
So you pretty much immediately fall the pit. Naidaadi can do a quick strength check.
Yes.
As a reaction. Strength saving throw, I think.
Oh.
Are you proficient in strength saving throws?
I am.
Oh, so add 2. It's an 18. So you fall. Your legs are held onto, and you like hit the side of the wall, inches away from the top spike. You're dangling now over the spikes by your legs. What happens now? What are you doing?
Pull me up.
I will.
Everybody.
Naidaadi is the only one holding. Naidaadi can't pull him up.
Malthar will come over too, and will help to drag.
Oolon will hold on to Malthar.
Flail my arm. Yeah.
Udrya will like point over, and one of the kobolds will come up, help too. Naidaadi and Malthar both do strength checks with advantage.
With advantage, 19.
You're very heavy. Okay. It was a DC 15. So they pull you up, and you don't take any damage.
You. Alright, so let's try again.
So it seems like that could have worked. It was difficult. You'd never tried it before. Maybe try it over a pit that isn't spiked.
Let me try to jump this, guys. Let's clear a path here, and I'll run and try to jump over.
All right, you got this, buddy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. How does long jumps work?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Oh,
I think you can technically just jump this, but yeah, you know what? Actually, I forgot about this. I think you're not in combat right now. You have a chance to. No. I have to make it a check.
Yeah.
Fuck the rules. This is a check because it's a spiked pit. You're jumping over it. Come on. This is rules.
Yep.
I mean, this is not rules. This is the
So
rule
Malthar-
is you have to make a check because it's
Okay. Malthar runs.
DC 10
feet
athletic,
forward. Sure.
and you have a running start. I'll give you advantage because you have a running start. That makes sense. Trouble is getting back. You won't have a running. So I did say you have advantage. So
There's
that's
no coming
okay.
back.
See, it's easy, guys.
who else is jumping?
Alright, I'll jump.
Actually, now that Malthar is over there, is there anything he can tie a rope to and toss a rope back the other side?
That's true.
Potentially.
oh,
I
I have rope. Can
Yeah.
I give you a
Easily
throw you a
toss
free
it over.
end, or do you have any yourself?
Malthar does, yes.
This is a large stone sarcophagus. Very large.
Oh, that's perfect.
And it has
I will-
it's carved as the head of a dragon at the tip, and there's like horns as a part of that. You could easily tie the rope to like
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
horns. Maybe around the snout. That's in sturdier.
Sure. And I'll toss the other end of the rope back over the pit towards Naidaadi.
Mm-hmm.
You tie it to one of these. Probably only this one. Know that it would reach here and then have enough excess.
I can just imagine the looks of disdain we're getting from all the kobolds. Just using all of these
Yeah.
statues as anchor
They're not
points.
saying anything yet because they do want to have access
Right.
to this area, but there is a little bit of like
Yeah, okay, yeah. Tie it off, and then I'll make the jump as well.
all right. Don't know that the rope will help with the jump, but maybe if you slip, it might help.
Mm-hmm.
So make with your running start.
Mm-hmm.
It's athletics with advantage, DC 10, and it'll be the same for Oolon and for Jeb. Unless you want Oolon
Could they go like hand over the rope? Is it strong enough for that?
It's strong enough.
Oh, natural one. No, wait, with
But
advantage?
at
With
20,
advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you all get across. Hand over hand would probably work. It'd be. Yeah, I mean it's 10 feet. It's an awkward length because you can't.
yeah.
You have to catch air to get across it. You can't just sort of hop.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you're across. You have this sarcophagus. Let me give you I think I have another handout. Well, I'm not seeing it now. Oh, it's from the original adventure, so it's not here in Roll20. Put it in Discord. It's in Discord. Oh, and I don't think I ever gave you the dragon handout.
Okay.
Here's the handout for Calcrix. Back in the room where you found the dragon. That's a big table, by the way. So it's like the size. It's like a little smaller than a horse. The dragon.
Yeah.
But you're pretty far from the dragon. Jeb's across. Is Oolon jumping or is Oolon chilling here?
I guess Oolon will come.
Advan.
Forgot I had that.
Yeah. Kobolds. You know, Utrail is a small creature. I think that she's take the rope and can do it pretty easily because of the size. One of the kobolds will do. What do you do?
What is this box here? A table or
It's a
sarcophagus?
large sarcophagus carved to a dragon's head with a few dragons sitting around the dragon's head, and then the lid of the sarcophagus is a separate dragon with dragon wings draped over the sarcophagus. So it's a lot of dragon image packed into one sarcophagus. You can see the handout in Discord.
Interesting. Does it have any writing on it? That we can read out loud, exploit, whatnot?
No.
Okay. I turn to Kobold Lady, kind of give her a look. Do you have any insight here?
No.
Is the sarcophagus sealed? Is the lid like clamped down?
It's very sealed. It has iron clamps holding the lid in 6 places.
Does it look like they can be levered open, or are they?
Yeah, they look like they could be levered open or picked. They all have a release mechanism. They seem to share a key. Not the key that let you into this room. You don't have that key, actually. I didn't describe it very well, but when Grippo opened the door, he put the key in the dragon's mouth, pretty far in the dragon's mouth, turned it, and then pulled his hand out, and the door opened, and the key stayed in there. And he said that when you leave and close the door behind you, the key, you take the key.
I see.
And that resets the orbs and resets all of the everything in this room, or in this hall. Six clamps. Utrail seems very curious. Like
you're willing to
she
get into
doesn't-
this thing? You're willing to break this thing to get into it? I ask her.
I think that as the inheritors of the dragon's divine blessings, I think the old priests would understand.
Alright, I've got this spear that I'm willing to use as a pry bar. Wedge it under.
Malthar has a second pry bar if you want an actual crowbar.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
There's one magic lamp, by the way, just to describe what the light source in here. There seems to be a sconce sticking out of the wall with a flame on it that's like a pale yellow in color, and it casts this odd purple light. And it seems like there were more on the walls, but they've all broken. This is the only one that's still going, and it's pretty dim.
All right.
That's just the light. That's what's creating the light in this room. Dim light.
Okay. So yeah, I'll try I'll try taking Malthar's crowbar and giving this a shot at trying to pop some of these latches.
All right. How does the crowbar work? Because I know it does something specific.
Advantage on strength things where you can apply the force of the crowbar.
Yeah. All right. So make a strength check with it. There's 6 latches on this thing. No, not enough.
Duh.
And you can repeat the attempt, but I'm going to say. Wait. It tells me what. I don't need to make up rules. The whole point of doing this pre-written adventure is I don't have to make up too many rules. It's a DC 15 to pop one of these latches off by force. With a strength check. I think if you personally fail 3 times in a row, or if you fail 3 times trying to pry these open by force, I'm going to give you a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
I think that seems fair. But you can, the DC is not going to go up, because I don't think the DC would go up.
All right.
Retry. But you'll like overexert yourself. So that's 1 failure.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Really? Oh no.
And there's 6 latches. DC 15 for each. Like I said, they also have a release mechanism. Could potentially be picked.
I mean, Malthar.
Yeah?
Get your little paperclip in there.
Oh, alright, let me try. Try on one of these latches here. Tinker, tinker, tinker. Boop. 13?
13 is not enough. It's a DC 15 to pick.
Right.
And the DC for... I'm going to mark which slash this is, just because this might get a little complicated. This slash, we'll say, has been picked once, so the DC does go up to pick that one. If you try to pick it with repeated attempts.
All right.
Still possible.
Did the third attempt final that?
You will not get exhaustion for repeated block picking attempts. It's just gonna bring the DC up. Forcing, if Naidaadi specifically fails 3 times trying to pry it open by force, I'm gonna give him exhaustion because he's just been going at it,
Yep.
I think a failure takes longer than a success, so you're exerting more for a failure than a success. Because a failure can last forever. A success has an ending because you get the latch off.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? You've attempted to pry it off once, and you've attempted to pick once, and there's 6 latches. We can go a little faster.
Just trying to think of anything else that would actually make sense, but I can't think of anything except to just give it a shot.
Ooh. Which one are you picking?
I would say the same one I was trying to open.
Same one. Good choice, because you get it off regardless of the raised DC. I think it went up from 15 to 17.
Hey, a 24.
And now it's off. A 24. Yeah, so this one pops off. Let me give. That one's off. It's off.
All right.
Well, Malthar has one more crowbar if anybody else wants to try to pop this thing open. Hey, a 20! A 21.
Nice. Yeah, this one is also off. Yeah, and that success doesn't count towards your exhaustion.
Okay.
Only the failure.
Malthar will try one more here. Nope.
Your fingers are getting a little...
Yep.
Pow.
Ooh.
That's my third, right?
No, that's your second failure.
Oh. All right.
Right?
No,
I think
I
you've tried twice. You succeeded once. You've failed once. Unless there was one you didn't announce to me.
Well, there's
I
like
didn't
five
notice.
rolls. I'm just thinking.
Huh?
Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, I already failed twice. But
Well, wasn't one of those your jump?
no.
No. Oh, okay. You didn't tell me about one of them. You just did it, and I didn't notice it.
Oh.
All right. So yeah. All right. So you did. Did you still? But you knew that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you were risking it anyway. Okay. I want to make sure that I didn't mislead you.
Nope. I am exhausted.
All right. So just when you lost it, just when you got rid of exhaustion.
Yeah. I don't know how to add the numbers like you did the last time.
Hover over the snail and press 1 or press 2 or press whatever.
Yeah.
There was a 20 strength save for Naidaadi.
I'm using the restroom, but I can still hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a strength save. It would have been a strength save was the wrong.
Oh.
I think that was an accident.
Yep. But that's still like 19. So.
Oh, wait a minute. So wait. Whoa. Okay. So that was. You gotta tell me what you're doing.
Okay.
The natural 20 strength check. That was when you popped this one, right?
Yes.
Yep.
What were you? Where did you do the 20? The dirty 20.
That was the next one over.
That was this one.
No, that was this one. Well, I mean,
Malthar did this one.
I thought Malthar did this one.
Malthar did this one and this one.
Oh. Then yeah, that would have been right there or something.
All right. So that one is also off.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any of these checks that you made because there's other stuff going on.
All right.
So there's two more. This one has has been attempted to be picked.
Mm-hmm.
So the DC for picking it is a little higher. You don't have to be the one to try the crowbar each time. More of you.
Yeah, I can do it.
Sure.
I am strong.
He's strong. With the crowbar, you have advantage on a strength check to try and pry off one of these latches.
Pass around that crowbar. Yeah.
Yeah, pass it over here, buddy.
I will. I'm sweating
With advantage,
profusely.
I get 21, dirty 21.
Yeah, this one easily comes right off. There's one more latch. Now you got your hands on the sarcophagus. Something you didn't really notice when you were wrapping the hands around it. It is dusty. There's also like when you actually get your hands on it, especially around the opening. You get sort of like a surprise grease when you touch it, like when you touch some metal mechanism or something, like a part of a car, and you just get like surprise grease on your hand. It's just sort of a cold, nasty kind of clammy feeling that's kind of hard to get off. There's sort of a residue on it.
Up over here, Jeb. There's one more latch here. Why don't you give it?
Yeah, just one more latch. Just one more latch. Here we go.
All the latches are lying on the ground. It's so quiet in here that like
20.
all you hear is people kind of and then you hear that loud cling, 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 cling to the ground. You get the last one off. Clatters to the ground. You just have a sarcophagus. No latches.
Okay. Let's lift this lid, I guess.
Ydrael kind of steps forward and is just rapt attention, like looking down at the sarcophagus, waiting to see what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
Who's pushing?
I will.
Me.
You two.
Also.
Somebody can make it with advantage, or you can both make your own strength checks.
Yeah.
Ydrael, actually, your Ydrael will wave over, and this kobold will come and help too. Their own strength check.
I got a 15 and he got a 6. Well, he's fine.
So this guy got a 10. So you in the silence, it's just and you do hear every little inch that the stone slides. You can kind of hear it, but it barely moves at all. It's really heavy, and you're all a little tired from the crowbarring. You can try again. It's the same thing where like 3 failures are going to give.
Okay.
Can we
all try?
Yeah.
Like literally everybody in the room?
Or can we have 2 people try with a crowbar?
The crowbar is not going to help us.
Okay. I mean, if there was a hole, you could.
It's too big. It's
Okay.
it's
All right.
it's a very large sarcophagus. Like unnecessarily large, seemingly.
Give me a big enough lever.
For humans.
Move the world.
With a bigger crowbar. Yeah.
If everybody tried, how would that work?
Everyone would make a strength check. I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
Hey, 19.
Cheers.
So if everyone can get in there. Let me go. Drael has a -2.
Really? Oh.
Kobolds +1, but rolled lower total. Ooh. All right. So that was 3 failures. That's 3 failures. 3 successes, but I think the successes are a little more impressive here. And this is your second attempt. I'm going to say you slide it slowly off. And as soon as it budges, Udryle backs away and like in kind of awe. Thick, like black smoke just kind of oozes down out of the side of the sarcophagus after it moves a little bit. And you keep pushing until the lid of the sarcophagus slides off and cracks on the stone, on the ground, on the side of the
Nice.
the sarcophagus. The lid is broken, and you can't see into the sarcophagus. There's this layer of fog sitting on top of the lid. It's kind of overflowing a little bit.
Can I try to get a sample of whatever this is with my bottle that I was
With your what?
using? With my bottle that I was using to collect dragonfire previously.
Yeah. That bottle, I think you threw it on the ground, shattered.
I thought I just poured it out, but I might have shattered it.
I think you threw it. I think you might have suggested pouring it out. I was like,
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll just delete it because it's broken. It's broken.
but somebody might have some kind of receptacle.
Water skin. That's about all I've got.
I think somebody can have a. I guess bottles aren't that. It's not like you just have Coke bottles.
Bottles are expensive.
No, you don't really have a bottle. You have a water skin though, and Oolon's water skin. He'll offer up his water skin because it's mostly empty now. You can take a swig from it.
Yeah.
I should say I do think I should get off soon. Pretty
I'm
soon.
gonna end it real soon.
Okay.
So would you like to take a sample with the water skin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just sort of dip it into the smoke and lift it up.
Mhm.
And a hand reaches out and grabs yours. A big, green, slimy hand.
Nice.
Wait, I'm in there?
And I think we're gonna end there.
Nice.
Next time on.
I'll delete these latch markers. So I like usually I feel like the latches, like having these 6 latches that you have to separately break is like, seems like bad design, but I kind of like it because it's like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of works for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's too bad that Alex wasn't here for this one because it was a lot of like these puzzles and stuff, and I feel like he would have been more helpful with that than me.
Oh,
I'm kind of just a like smash and grab guy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is he a puzzle kind of player as well?
Oh no, I'm not saying like me I'm just saying
the
like,
character.
my character's
Yeah.
skill set.
Oh, I
He
see.
knows how to use his character better than I do.
Right.
Well, also he's gonna come back and use the spell slot in the wild shape for puzzle solving.
Yeah,
But it did matter.
it did work. It did
worked.
work.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been
Yeah.
sad
Yeah.
if that hadn't worked.
No, it worked. The snake was a good idea. All right.
Cool.
Good game. I'm glad that we got to. Because we ended in the middle of initiative last time, and I was worried we were gonna go a really long time without playing, and that would be weird. So this is a better place to stop
Very good.
than before. All right. Oh, I forgot to put the music back on. That's fine.
I've got to do it all over again.
I'm gonna start up. All right, I'm gonna go.
Bye, guys.
Good game.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you.
See ya.